Today is Thursday, September 27th, 2018. It's 8:26 a.m. I'm calling the Almont Police.
Morning, Village of Almont Police Department.
Hi, I'm trying to reach Officer Leo Hagar.
Not sure if he's here. Your name?
Thank you.
Okay, let me try to transfer you.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hold, please. I'm trying to get all the extensions. Hold,
Okay,
please.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Leo Hager, may I help you?
Oh, hi, Leo. This the same, Leo. Nothing's changed except it's getting worse. Nothing's happening. That's why I sent you a National Adult Maltreatment Reporting System and file, and it states that I have to start my report with the local police. That's why I sent you that file, and also it contained the vulnerable adult. Wait a minute. Vulnerable adult protocol, which is it's two different files. Did you see them? Did you get them?
I haven't opened up my email here yet.
Okay.
But I'm going to. I just went through some old reports I had to work on. But I'll be getting to my email shortly. Okay. So you sent me an email.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a look at that. Did you CC anyone?
There's no one, Leo. You told me to call Elaine Stoutenberg. Elaine Stoutenberg told me to call Dave Dyer, who's the head of APS. I talked to him for an hour and a half arguing with him because he didn't know anything about it. Told me to call the proper channels, which everybody says call. You got to talk to the proper channels. And It started out with the number that I called originally to file a complaint, and he's saying to just keep calling that number. Now, you don't understand. I am starving. I have no food. I have no running water. I also, if you don't want to take that report, I need to file a report for animal cruelty.
Oh, okay. All right, let's start with the first item. I'll look at my email when I hang up with you, and I'll look at what you sent.
This is what the state is supposed to do. They're not investigating anything. They're supposed to be investigating to see what's going on. And I filed a complaint, and they're supposed to do something within 72 hours, and that was a week and a half ago. You guys all know that I have no way of getting food. No one has contacted me from the health department to tell me anything about their Meals on Wheels. They're just letting me die, and it's apparent. I just there's nothing more I can do. I'm weak. I weigh 149 pounds. You have to read exactly. I went through all of this is all legal documentation, and I've highlighted what they're supposed to be doing and they're not doing. And okay. I can't. This is torture, Leo. I can't make it any clearer. I'm weak. I have no.
Let me ask you this. I'm sorry to hear you're in the situation you are, but let me ask you this: do you understand that we do not have the ability, the means, or the authority to allocate funds for you? That is something that falls under Adult Protective Services.
I know. No, I'm not asking you for anything. I'm asking you to enforce the law, and that's all I'm asking you to do. And another thing that's not being addressed is, and this is I've had to address this all myself because I'm not getting any legal help, or I'm getting resistance. The prosecutor, I don't even know if the prosecutor even ever looked at my case, but he blew it out the door and said, no case, there's no crime, sorry. And I asked, well, what? I don't agree with that. What do I do now? They wouldn't tell me, so I found out that I have to try to appeal it in circuit court. Tried to get information on that, and the woman hung up on me. The thing is, if the Lapeer prosecutor blew it out without even looking at it, what good is a circuit court who is in the same building? They're going to treat me the same way. I have to believe that because you're a witness, Leo, that Steve Atkinson of Adult Protective Services lied to you, and the state police are witnesses. His name is Patrolman Matthew. What is it? Loudon or something like that. Lehman. DHHS lied to them in May and told them that they fixed my roof and my water heater, and he closed the case. They lied to DHHS, and in the meantime, I've got nothing done. I'm dying, and no one will do anything about it. And I'm not asking you to do anything other than enforce the law, because they're supposed to be on this within 72 hours. Nobody's done anything, I'm dying. And if nothing else, which apparently it doesn't matter if I die, but I want to file an animal cruelty report because I have no way of getting cat food. My cat's dying too.
Okay. Well, maybe that's something we can help you with.
Okay.
What type of cat food do you need?
I need a way of getting cat food.
How about if we pick some up and drop it off?
No, what I need is I need you to read everything that I sent you. I need the ability. Okay, I need the ability to be able to do this because you're not doing it. Nothing is happening. And you know what, Leo? You have to understand. I'm being put to death. I have no way of doing this, and you can't.
Let me ask you this: are you still receiving monthly compensation from the state?
Oh, for what?
I don't know under what category it would be, but are you receiving any type of income from the state or the feds?
I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on because
you don't know if you're receiving any money from the state or the federal government
for
monthly.
For what? I get 15,
I don't know. I'm just asking.
They give supposedly they're giving me $15 a month for food stamps, but I told them to take that $15 a month and apply it towards the Freedom of Information Act files that I requested in December that they refused to supply me so I could defend myself against a criminal government. But I can't do it.
Rick,
that's the thing.
You don't have any income from the state or the feds coming in?
What do you mean the feds?
The federal government? I don't know, Social Security?
I've got Social Security. And they messed with that, and they messed with that too.
Okay. So at least you have some money coming in there. That's the point I'm trying to make.
How am I supposed to get? I have no way of getting anything, sir.
Okay.
I have no transportation. I have no way of getting toilet paper. How am I supposed to get toilet paper? How am I supposed to get that on a weekly basis? That's
Okay.
the thing that you have to do is you have to look at the paperwork that I sent you, and
Okay.
I highlighted what I'm not getting, and then you have to take it back to the people that are supposed to be doing that, because you told me to contact Elaine Stoutenberg.
Yes.
I called her for 3 days. She finally left a message that I got to contact the head of Adult Protective Services, Dave
Okay.
Dyer. I contacted him. He said, "What do you want?" I don't know what you're talking about. I said, "I thought you were investigating my case." He said, "I don't know who you are." And I argued with him for an hour and a half, and
Okay.
he told me that I should call the hotline that I called a week before. And there's nothing
Okay.
happening now. How much longer can this happen? I'm caught in a loop. I'm caught in between floors in an elevator of a public building. I'm screaming for help, and everybody says it's not my job. It's not my job. I can't survive, and you couldn't either. You tell me how am I supposed to get food?
Okay, maybe accept an offer from someone
Well, like
Meals
what?
on Wheels. I would call them again, get back on their list.
No, you don't understand what I said. Why won't they give me what I asked? They were providing me unsanitary food. I said deliver, give me a letter stating that you fixed your machine, and they refused. I'm not going through a program that's going to poison me. What you're doing is I've tried everything possible to survive, and everybody's giving me all the reasons why they can't help me. And in the meantime, I have no way of getting food. And
Okay.
and
So
that's
you don't want food from Meals on Wheels unless they give you a letter verifying that the food
The food-
is free of bacteria and germs.
No, I want them to say that they fixed the machine, that was broken.
Okay.
Do you understand that I asked that in April? Do you understand how many months that's been? They just ignored me.
Well, Rick, maybe I would call them again.
I'm not.
Perhaps
No, I can't. Can I tell you something?
Sure.
The government is breaking down at every level, and I call, and everybody says it's not my job. There's nothing I can do. And in the meantime,
Well, wait a minute. We're not saying there's nothing we can do. We offered to bring water and toilet paper to your house, but you said no.
No, what? Do you have to read? You have to read what it says that.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll do that as soon as I hang up with
what
you.
you're doing is you're saying that you can do this, and you're going to do it just like Adult Protective Services. They went and brought me water. The Adult Protective Services guy, and last when I was out without water, when that water heater failed the first time. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that a water heater doesn't fail within? They installed it in January, and I found it leaking in June. It doesn't happen like that if it was done correctly. And I called, and they left me. They refused to help me get it on for 2.5 months. And in the meantime, the Adult Protective Services guy, when he came over, he would bring me a few gallons of water. He brought me 9 gallons of water to last me 2.5 months. But he was just doing it like you're going to do it. He's going to help me out once in a while. I need water. I need the availability to get water. Now here's another thing that I can't get addressed. And no one will address this because it's going to cost them money. DHHS supplied a water heater, correct?
That's what you stated, yes.
Okay. They chose a provider. The provider was the plumber. I am the customer, or whatever the term is, right? They're just the go-between, right?
Okay.
So what they did is they sent in bums that did a job incorrectly. I knew it was being done right from the start, all wrong, because I had plumbers telling me it was being done all wrong, and that company was going out of business, and they do shoddy work, and
Let me stop there just for a second. I'm familiar with that story. I know you've explained to me before.
No, you're not familiar with it. You're not familiar with this. I fired them before the work was ever done.
Okay.
And I told them that when they came to do the installation, they were going to try to do it without doing it correctly. And I said no, unless you're going to do it exactly the way these other guys are doing it, you're out of here. And so I threw them out. And I said unless you agree to do it the way the other people do it, you tell DHHS to get someone else. And they came back a little while later. They said, okay, we'll fix it. And they were supposed to do it exactly the way the other guys did it. And what they did is instead all they did is put a piece of board down and hooked it up. And when I started complaining, they walked out and said bye. So I fired them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not
well. Okay. Again, that's something that the police department has no jurisdiction
I know,
or authority over.
what I'm saying,
we don't control any of
what
that.
I'm saying is I'm being I'm being led down a pipe. They stole money from me, and I can't get my issues resolved. They ruined my house that they're responsible for. I can't live in this house. I can't. I've got to get out. Let me ask you this: if I'm homeless today, where are you going to take me?
Well, it all depends. I don't know where the closest homeless shelter is, or if you'd qualify.
Well,
have you brought any of these issues up with at the trailer park there?
About what?
About the problems you're having with your house?
Leo, the problem that I'm having with my house is DHHS hired criminals to install a water heater incorrectly that leaked twice within the warranty period, and they abandoned me. Now,
and unfortunately, there's nothing, Rick, that we can do with that. I'm sorry.
I know.
We can make temporary accommodations so you have water and food, but you don't want that from us. And you don't even want Meals on Wheels coming back to your house.
You're not listening to me, Leo. I didn't say that.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Okay.
You said that you want
some
type of contingency from a letter.
Okay.
It doesn't work that way, Rick.
Well,
you've got to decide what's more important, the letter or the food. That's what it comes down to.
I need the ability. I can't even eat that food. I need the ability to eat my kind of food.
Yeah. Okay, but you want specific food. I don't think they prepare individual.
There we go again. Why don't you do this? I'm trying to report adult maltreatment.
Okay, let me read the letter that you sent the email.
I have no way of getting food. Do you understand?
Well, you do, but you choose not to take advantage of it.
Do you understand how that works? They don't give you 7 days worth of food. They don't give you 3 meals a day. They give you additional food that is supposed to complement what you get on your own. I have no way of getting food on my own.
Well, let me ask you this: can you use the money that you get monthly from Social Security to buy food?
Where am I going to get it? How am I supposed to shop for it? I have no way.
How are you supposed to shop for it? Do you have someone that can give you a ride, or maybe Uber or Lyft?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I have no way of getting it. And do you understand that you people coming to my house with police cars showing up at my house, all the people that have helped me in my neighborhood have turned me off, and I'm completely out of it. I have no way of getting toilet paper. I have no way of getting anything. They ruined my house, and I'm homeless now. Okay. And
let me read your report. Okay.
I am not letting go with this. I'm not letting go. They destroyed my house, and I have concrete proof, and all they're doing is ignoring me. And if they're doing that, sir, what you have to understand is if they're doing that to me, they're doing it to other people too. And this is murder. This is murder. Okay. You tell me how I'm supposed to live. Will you tell me if you were me, what would you do?
Since you asked the question, here's what I would do. I would use the money that I get monthly
to fix my
house.
Buy
food.
Okay,
and toilet paper.
How am I supposed to get to it? How am I supposed to shop?
Okay, maybe a neighbor, or call Uber or whomever.
There is no Uber out here.
Okay, how about Imlay City Taxi?
Do you know how much Imlay City Taxi costs?
No, I don't. I haven't used them.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. I've checked everything out. I've done everything. That's why I'm calling you. But
Stan, also, we do not have control or jurisdiction or authority over DHS. Okay. And I'm sorry, but those are just the facts.
Okay.
I can't call them up and order them to do anything. They're a totally separate department from us.
Okay. Do you understand that you have to read the maltreatment?
Okay, I'll read it. But do you understand what I'm trying to say? The point I'm trying to make.
I'm telling you that you're witnessing one corrupt government, one department of corrupt government murdering me, and you're ignoring it. You're
I'm not ignoring it. I'm talking to you every time you call.
Then why don't you call them and find out why?
I have called Elaine and talked to her.
Okay.
That's all. Okay. I got the information I passed on to you 3 weeks ago.
Right, and I told you what they did to me. They've done nothing, and you have to understand that Steve Atkinson, the guy that lied to you, since he abandoned me. When I contacted him in November to say that their water heater leaked again, he never responded to me, and he abandoned.
Do this. Let me interrupt you here, okay? Because we're not making any headway. Let me read that letter that you sent.
I need an Adult Protective Services guy over here. I've been asking for.
I am not Adult Protective Services. That's not correct.
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying I've been asking for Adult Protective Services since November.
And you called Elaine.
No,
and you should probably call that 1-800 number again that Dave gave you last week.
I've called. Do you understand? I'm in a loop. I'm calling round and round, and what you're doing is you're saying that I have to just keep doing this until I die. I'm saying it does not work.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm saying it does not work. I'm saying it does not work. Now, it's like I'm calling a 911.
What do you want? What do you want the Almont Police Department to do for you? Let me ask you
I want you to find out why the system doesn't work. That's the problem.
I can't help you with that. I can't find out why the system doesn't work.
Why can't you call Dave Dyer?
Because you already talked to Dave Dyer.
And Dave
He told
Dyer,
you what you had to do.
Dave Dyer said he didn't know anything about it. She told me to call him.
Okay. Again, I have no control of DHS. They're a totally separate entity. Do you understand that? Let me ask you that. Do you understand that they are not connected with us?
Okay, so in other words,
we have no control over them.
So in other words, if they came to my house and they shot me, then there was nothing you could do because they're a state agency.
No, that's not a fair analogy.
It is a fair analogy. No. They're murdering me.
No, it's not.
How can you say that? I have no way of surviving. They're murdering me, and you're saying
you do have a way, but you choose not to take advantage of it.
I don't understand. What you keep saying that you're saying the Meals on Wheels, which only supplies a portion of the meals.
That's true, and then I would use the money that you get monthly to buy food.
And how am I supposed to shop?
You'll have to ask a neighbor
I've done
that.
I keep telling you, I've done that, and it doesn't work. I have no way of doing it. I have to have the ability. I have to be.
All right, let me read this letter and get back to you, all right? I've got to go now.
Here's the situation. Nothing has changed. How am I?
What do you want the police department to do
all right,
for
bring
you?
me some toilet paper, cat food, and some water.
You need cat food and water?
Yeah, cat food, food and water.
What kind of food does your cat like?
Anything. Just leave it on the front door. All right. And I need water and I need food for myself.
Okay.
So you're going to bring me some food? I need veg.
Well, I'm going to get a hold of the hold on a minute. I'm going to get a hold of the Vineyard Church here that has a pantry program.
I need vegetarian. I need strictly vegetables.
You can't be when it comes to free food.
It's not picky, sir. It's my diet.
Okay. I don't know if they just have vegetarian food.
That's what I need. I need a way of getting food. You have to read.
Okay.
You have to.
Got to go now. Let me read what you sent me, and then I'll get back to you.
Either that or find out where you're going to have to take me because I'm homeless. I need to know how to do that. I have no way of getting
call
around.
That intake number for DHS.
I've called that. That's the 800 number. That's the emergency number that no one answers and no one responds to. So what good is that? I'm telling you.
Try calling that number again.
I'm telling you it doesn't work. You got a system that doesn't work, and you're telling me to keep calling it. It's like I'm calling you to tell you that the 911 number doesn't work, and you say keep calling it. Keep calling
911 does work.
Well, I'm telling you that number doesn't work. I've called it. You think I'm lying to you? What's the difference?
No, I'm not saying
that's a critical care number.
That's the only number. That's the number that I
know, and I'm telling you, it's the same thing as if 911.
Let me read the. Stop you.
I have no way of getting food, water. I have no way of getting. I have no running water, I have no food, and I have no way of getting medical attention. I can't say it any clearer. How many more months?
Then call that emergency.
I've called the number. Now what? What do I do when that number doesn't work? They haven't called me back. They've never called me back. Do you understand that? That was.
I'm going to have to hang up now. I got to read this letter.
You've got a system that doesn't work, and it's not. And I'm caught. Do you understand? I'm caught in between floors of a state.
I understand
building, and I'm screaming
for help. But do you understand?
Help.
There's nothing that we can do.
No, I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Sure it does.
No, it doesn't. That's like saying that there's a
the police department enforces criminal law. Okay,
that's criminal law. If I'm being tortured to death, that's criminal law, isn't it?
To go.
I'm not being tortured.
I have to go now.
Is it torture or not, Leo? Is it torture? Hey, thanks for nothing.
Beautiful for spacious skies.